If you're over 40 and feeling like life's moving faster than ever, stop. Because if you're always racing toward the future without being rooted in today, you're missing the only moment that truly matters, the present. And the present is where change begins. In this video, we're exploring how to focus on yourself, rise, and rebuild your life, starting now. So, where is your energy going today? You could focus on what didn't work out, the regrets, the missed chances, the things you wish you had known earlier. But let's ask something deeper. Where do you naturally place your focus? The past, the present, or the future? The truth is, we all visit all three, but most of us live more in one than the others. Some stay stuck in the past, replaying old stories like a scratched record. Others live in a constant loop of what's ahead, always trying to outrun time. But here's the quiet truth. Joy only lives in the present. Peace only breathes in the now. Yes, the past shaped you. But if you're constantly looking back, rehashing old failures or financial mistakes, you're keeping your power trapped in yesterday. And if you're always racing toward a future without being rooted in today, you're missing the only moment that actually matters, the present. Because the present is where change begins, where growth happens. The present is your power. Most of us over 40 have lived enough life to know control is mostly an illusion, at least when it comes to the outside world. Careers shift, children grow, health changes, loved ones leave, jobs come and go, economies rise and fall. But here's what is in your control: your focus, your habits, your financial decisions. You get to decide what meaning you assign to your story, and that's everything. Meaning is the difference between pain and purpose, between breakdown and breakthrough. When you understand that, you stop living on autopilot. You stop chasing distractions and start building something solid. Peace of mind, financial stability, personal growth. You stop being reactive and you start being intentional. You want more confidence? Stop chasing approval. You want real self-respect? Stop waiting for validation. Do something that matters to you. Do it even if no one claps, especially when no one claps. Because that's where self-worth is forged. Not in praise, but in action. Real, uncomfortable, consistent action. Think about this. Every strong person you admire didn't get there from comfort. They got there through repetition, through discipline, by showing up when it was easier to disappear. Okay, let's talk about someone you know intimately. Not a celebrity, not a guru. You. Think of the times you kept going when life was falling apart. When no one understood what you were carrying. When you smiled for your family while quietly carrying the weight of 1,000 thoughts. That is strength. You don't need to prove anything to the world. But maybe, just maybe, it's time to prove something to yourself again. Not out of ego, but out of truth. Here's the part we often overlook. The little daily choices shape the entire direction of your life. Want to be respected? Start by respecting yourself. Want connection? Build and nurture meaningful relationships. Want clarity? Cut the noise. Want financial freedom? Start where you are. Research, take action, and build. No one's going to hand it to you, but everything you need is available if you're willing to move. And yes, over 40, time feels different. It's no longer about chasing everything. It's about choosing what matters most and committing to it. Now let's talk about the voice inside your head. That voice shapes your reality more than anything else. If you're constantly hard on yourself but never acknowledge your wins, you're training your mind to see only flaws. Yes, hold yourself to a standard. Yes, aim high, but also notice how far you've come. You've survived 100% of your worst days. You've overcome heartbreak, setbacks, and financial storms. And still, you're here. You're standing. You're showing up. It's okay to be tired. Just don't be defeated. It's okay to be unsure. Just don't stop moving. The real confidence doesn't come from perfection. It comes from knowing that whatever comes your way, you can handle it. And that belief doesn't come from pep talks. It comes from your history. So let's ask the big question. What do you want now? Not what you wanted at 20, not what your family expected, not what society told you to chase. Right now in this chapter, What do you really want? A quieter life? A career pivot? Better health? Stronger relationships? More financial peace? You're allowed to want it. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to begin again, even if no one claps for you. If you're feeling stuck or tired, here's something to remember. There are two kinds of energy in life: push and pull. Push is willpower, force, pressure. Pull is purpose, vision, flow. Push burns out, pull sustains. So don't just hustle for the sake of hustling. Tie your efforts to something bigger, a mission, a legacy, a life that makes sense to you. Let your goals pull you forward, especially when the push starts to wear thin. And if you're wondering, but what if I've made too many mistakes? Let me be honest, you're supposed to. That mistake you regret, it taught you something no book ever could. That chapter you'd erase, it built a strength you now depend on. That failure you hide, it gave you compassion that others desperately need. So stop wasting energy wishing your story was cleaner. Your story is real, and that makes it powerful. Life won't be without pain, but it can be filled with purpose. It can be built on peace. It can be financially solid, emotionally grounded, and personally fulfilling. The secret? It's not about perfect moments. It's about presence. It's about consistent choices. It's about deciding over and over again to rise and rebuild. That's the work, and that's the gift. So today, silence the outside noise, tune in, choose your focus, and take the next right step. Not for applause, not for likes, but because you deserve a life that feels true. You've got more in you. Now is the time to use it. Rise up, rebuild, and own your life, starting now.